All right, welcome to DeanBodi Show. DeanBodi Show. Hey, everybody, what's going on? How are you? What's happening? Man, we're doing our thing over here. Happy Hump Day, Wednesday, Pet Peeve Wednesday, we can call it. And doing our thing over here, DeanBodi. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's get this started off on the right foot. Who's the good girl? Good girl, Bodie. Good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi.com. 800-878-9698. Bodie Hotline, Fun Line. Call the Bodie line. Say something nice to Bodie. She's waiting for you. Man, she looks forward to hearing from you. Say your first name, where you're from. Sing a little zippity-doo-dah song. We'll sing it with you. That's how we do it over here, DeanBodi. We love the rough edges. We love your rough edges. And, got something going on? You want us to bounce off of it? And for us to give you our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cents worth, we'd be happy to. So listen, again, DeanBodi.com is the website, and the links are on there. I want to get you over to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And the other link will get you over to the YouTube channel, DeanBodi space show, YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, we made it to the dog park. All right, way to go, DeanBodi. It's been forever since we've been at the dog park, and I try to time it to where the groomer is coming out that week. This way, if she rolls around in some other dog zippity-doo-dah, then we can get her all scrubbed up and polished and shined up again, and she's good without having to let that fester. I don't think it's a good thing to let it fester in the skin. Bacteria and stuff can get in there. And that's kind of the way we've kind of learned how to do it over the years and try to time it a little bit better. And right now we're about, every 6 weeks or so, 8 weeks is kind of a thing I like to do as a rhythm of, she's running around outside, lying in the grass. There's a lot of dogs around here peeing and pooping all over the place. And, with the Shibas, you don't want to bathe them too much because the natural oils under the skin and all of that, I get it. Now, if we were in a house and we had a big backyard and it was just Bodie and maybe I had a cousin puppy, Shiba, and those two were just playing with each other and all this space in our own environment, that would be different. But the fact that she's running around, there's all kinds of other dogs around in these apartment complexes, that when she lies in the grass, wherever it might be, there's things in there. The little creepy crawlies are in there. The little fuzzy wuzzies. There's little, yucky yuckies in there. There's tiny little eensy beensy little funguses and all kinds of other crazy stuff in there. So that being said, 6-week, 8-week bathing schedule, I think, is good. And we give her the nice shampoo with the conditioner, the whole thing. Gia from Pet Love does a great job, and she's been coming out here for years. So that's how we do it. And Bodie seems to be doing pretty good. She's doing better with her folliculitis. We have this appointment. We have to wait till like March 12th. I think that's when it is, to see the doggy dermatologist and really get honed in on what's really going on with her, specifically if there's some kind of allergy, food allergy or whatever. This dermatologist is going to get her really dialed in as we move forward with her life. And with me doing my little thing, my little keto dance, the keto diet, the bulletproof stuff, the regular stuff, the bodybuilding kind of diet stuff, and mixing it all in a bowl and figuring my life out as my adrenal glands are healing and I'm going through the muscle atrophy is coming back little by little. It's weird. It sucks because, for lack of a better term, because you can't just go get a shot and boom, the adrenal glands are back. And man, talk about lesson learned, or learning something I've never come across before or even heard of until I'm going through it. And it happens sometimes. But even if I went on a medication to help with the gout, if let's say I did it for a year and I'm still doing all the nutrition along with it, and then you can kind of wean yourself off. If that ends up being the case, because in and out of ketosis. I've been in pretty much the whole time. I got kicked out once, but right back in. And also, when you're becoming keto adapted and fat adapted, you can get worse before it gets better as your body's bathing in the ketones and it's moving those uric acid crystals around and all of that stuff. So you could have the flare-ups as you're going through the process. I don't know, until you get into the clearing, until you reach another level, until your kidneys are a little bit happier. Let me tell you something about my kidneys, and not to mention the adrenal glands sit right there on top of the kidneys there, and everybody's trying to communicate with everybody. The pituitary gland's trying to talk to the adrenal gland, saying, hey, man, we got to start making cortisol again. And the adrenal glands are like, yeah, I get it, but, that medication really threw us for a loop. But we're doing the best we can down here. And these adrenal glands are talking to the kidneys like, I know, I'm trying over here. And the kidneys are talking to everybody like, listen, this guy is now dumping apple cider vinegar down here and the lemon and all these things and all of these cleansing and the cream of tartar and a little turmeric and all the special little cocktails. Man, can we just have a little fun again? What's going on? So they're all understanding, I think, that we're going through the healing process, and the kidneys are like, hey, listen, man, why don't we just do what we got to do, calm things down a little bit so we can enjoy a few things and a little bit of this and a little bit of that while we're going through the process, okay? If I have one more shot of apple cider vinegar, I think it's going to, I don't know, send us over the edge, if you know what I mean, huh? Too much of a good thing kind of thing. So in my dreams, my organs are talking to me. I'm going through this communication with my organs. I have a relationship now. But, after 2 months of just being on keto, you can't just put all your energy and say, wow, I gave it a shot and it's over with now. It doesn't work like that. It takes time. But the question is, do you have the patience and do you have the commitment to stay on it? Anytime I'm doing the bodybuilding thing and I want to get in great shape, I know it's going to be 16 weeks of pure, super strict focus to get myself dialed in. It's not like 1 week and you're better. Yeah, you see some pounds come off. Yeah, you start to get into it. But to really get it dialed in, I know for me, it's like 16 weeks of boom. And then if you can stay on it for like a year, you're really dialed in. And then what usually happens is you get a little whatever, you get a little loosey-goosey, you start eating, let's go get some Pop-Tarts and let's go start ordering pizzas every night and let's and celebrate too early, and you start backsliding again and like lose your six-pack abs. And hey, look, we all have to find our balance in the world. We all have to keep moving forward. Whatever regimen that you're doing for you that keeps you happy and keeps you out of the hot water, I guess we could say, keeps you out of the deep end of the pool, I guess you could say, keeps you out of off the edge of the cliff, keeps you from, being depressed and all that. That's always a good thing too. Hey, we're not here forever. So this is just the way that I'm doing it. I'm going to give it some more time. I want to stay with it. I'm learning some great stuff, by the way. And so I'll end up putting together my own little kind of custom anti-inflammatory DeanBodi program. For me, that's working best for me. And that's where we're at right now. Okay, so, like I did have a flare-up the other day. Oh, listen, shout out to Urban Eats in the neighborhood. I did the Uber Eats, man. And I found this pizzeria that has the cauliflower crust. Now, I'm not sure if it was all cauliflower. It might have had a little zippity-doo-dah in there, which you got to watch, that they put a little bit of wheat, they put a little bit of this. I didn't get the breakdown specifically, but I think it was mostly cauliflower. But it says on the menu, cauliflower crust, and And then we get into the sauces, right? So then I look at the ones and I want to stay away from even the tomatoes because it's in the nightshade group, which has the lectins and all that. I'm trying to stay away from those. It had other sauces, and I found the pesto. Pesto is basically just garlic, the olive oil, the herbs, and that kind of thing. So I'm like, perfect. So let's do that. Let's do the pesto. Let's do the cauliflower crust. They had olives. I got the olives. I had the artichokes. I had, what else did I get in there? They even had vegan cheese. I got the vegan cheese. And then they had not just the vegan cheese, but they had, what do you call it? They had the vegan pepperoni. So I got that on there. I got some red onion on there. And what else did I put on this pizza? Okay, and I got some chicken wings, just plain Jane chicken wings. And I even got the pesto dipping on the side for that. Didn't get any barbecue with the sugar. Didn't whatever. I really tried to get this takeout dialed in as keto as I could. Thought I did a really good job. So it comes, the pizza was delicious, right? I mean, seriously, it was really good. And the chicken wings were on point. You know how some places they bake the chicken wings, which sometimes they're just kind of soft and they don't really have any, I don't know, not like when they deep fry them, right? And then they shake them up in the wing sauce with that clarified butter, the real Buffalo style, like from the Anchor Bar out in Buffalo. That's the real deal. And I've been there before. Nothing beats that place. Okay, so, all right, so I got the pesto on the side, and these wings were baked, but they also had some grill marks on them. Like somebody did some grill and bake combo, and they were really good. Urban Eats, nice going with the cauliflower crust pizza, dialed keto in, and the wings were dialed in, which is keto, and that's what I got. And Bodie and I shared some wings. Bodie can put down some wings, baby. Oh, yeah. So, of course, I cut them off the bone. No chicken bones for dogs ever because they splinter in their throat, and they can choke to death. So I cut the wings for her, and she ate like 3 plates full, and I had my share of the wings, and we had a chicken wing party. But after I ate all that stuff, I had a little bit of a flare-up the following day, and I didn't know really where it was coming from. So it could be just my body going through this ketosis thing still with the fluctuations of the uric acid, my kidneys trying to find their way and functioning better, getting rid of that. This is going to take some time, and it's a process. You know what? It's frustrating either way, so I might as well go down this road and learn and try to figure this thing out, because remember, I want to go down the road of not having to take the medications and come up with a lifestyle that's enjoyable. It's fun. I'm learning some good nutritional things that I didn't know before and put it all together. And the only way you're going to know is if you do it, right? So I never did MCT oil in my life or the bulletproof coffee, which I'm not doing the butter anymore because the dairy, but I'm doing the oil and I'm still doing it that way. And you know what? It's not like as I spoke to before in the previous one, when I've had a food allergy test done before and had a slight allergy to the dairy. But I've gone through pints of Ben & Jerry's before. I've plowed through a box of Pop-Tarts before, the cereal, whatever. And I didn't end up in the ER. It's not that kind of crazy allergy, but I'm trying to tap into the anti-inflammatory. And it adds up as you do it. And the next thing you know, the glass runneth over and the uric acid runneth over and you end up with a flare-up. Man, so we're going to try to figure this thing out. And that's what I want to do. Because in a weird way, it's frustrating, but in a weird way, it's challenging, frustrating, and all these other things combined, but we'll see what I end up coming up with as we go down this journey. Man, oh man. So, listen. Let's do the jazz. I gotta clear my head a little bit. She's a good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world. Yeah, the good girl, Bodie. Yeah, the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi.com. 800-878-9698. Bodie hotline, phone line. Call the Bodie line. Say something nice to Bodie. Say a little riddle, a little joke, a little pun. I'm holding up Bodie's picture. You got to come over to the YouTube channel, DeanBodi space show, YouTube channel to see Bodie's picture. You got to do it and see what's going on over here live. It's matching up with the podcast. And remember, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, we're on all the platforms. I mean, you want to go Deezer, we're on there. You want to go TuneIn, we're on there too. You want to go Pod Chaser? Oh, we're there. iTunes, we're there. Amazon, Pandora, all kinds of platforms. How much fun is that? Overcast. I mean, the list goes on, but we're there. And we're trying to stay on top of that. And we're trying to bring you a big show. And if you like what's going on over here, DeanBodi, consider subscribing. Click the like button. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of these shows. Why? Because these are real shows. Hey, and listen, if you got a minute, if you got a little time to get on the podcast, do a nice 5-star rating and review. Man, we greatly appreciate it. You're going to give the algorithm a little bit of a boost. And that's going to help us out and I don't know, whatever ways that it does, I'm moving up the charts. As we're newbies on this, and we're only about 9 months old. We started April 30th, was the first show. Last year was the first podcast show. The YouTube channel is about 10 episodes, a little bit higher. And guess what today is? Episode 200. Oh my gosh. So I should be receiving another achievement award from my hosting site, Buzzsprout. 200, baby. We did it. And I think the YouTube channel is 200 and I don't know. I think it's about 10 more roughly. 209. I don't know. It's in there somewhere. But we started the videos a little bit before I learned how to do the podcast. But they're all matching up, man. Episode 200. We're going to be going into 201, obviously, and start season 3. Hey, so we're going to come up with some fun stuff, too. And we'll do a little bit of zippity-doo-dah here. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi, 200 episodes. How much fun is this? So let's see what's going on over here, DeanBodi. There's a lot of stuff going on here, man. That dog park, we made it there. We got to get into this story because it was a little crazy. Bodie's still the greatest of all time. And the Biosense thing that I blow into for the ketone check. I got to tell you my whole thing with that. Too funny. Let's talk about the dog park. Wow. We go to the dog park and it's been a while and I'm still a little bit of a limp in my walk from the muscle atrophy I had to go through. So it was a project getting down there and I always lift Bodie up and we kind of hop over this little creek as we walk over some big rocks, and then we go up this little dirt trail, and there's the dog park. It's kind of that little Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, DeanBodi kind of adventure, And it was a lot easier when she was a little puppy. I could lift her up a lot easier, but now that she's bigger, and I'm going through my situation, but we did it anyway, and we did it. We made it. And when we first got there, nobody was around. We had the whole place to ourselves, and you get there, and on the gates it says, practice the social distancing and all this other stuff. And, tell the dogs that, okay? It's not going to work out too well, but as far as the humans go, going along to get along, right? So we go in there, and while I was taking her leash off and her harness, she was pushing her paw against the gate like, let me in. And I open up the gate, and she goes flying around the perimeter like, wow, like she wanted to run so bad. She does it in the apartment, okay? Or sometimes when I have her where we're walking around, she'll go on a little bit of a run, and as far as the leash can go, as I let it out and telescope it out. But the dog park, she really got to get out there. She ran, then she came running up to me with one of the tennis balls that she found out there. Like, let's play. It was really, really cool she was really excited. And I'm getting a little choked up here because I just love, she brings me so much joy, and I love to see her happy. So we played around, and she started teasing me as I was walking up and trying to grab the tennis ball out of her mouth. She would pull it away and then run to the other side of the park. And then I would follow her over there and try to get it again. She'd pull her head away and run back to the other side. So she was playing this kind of catch me if you can, get the ball if you can game with me, little stinker, but it was really a lot of fun. She was getting a kick out of teasing me. Too nuts. So a couple times that I did throw the ball so she could go chase it. She does do a pretty good job of bringing it back. A little game of fetch we play. And today my shoulder is sore. You think that I pitched 9 innings in the World Series. That's how in shape I am. So anyway, I really didn't know what it was, and I realized it was because I was throwing the ball. Oh my gosh. In your brain, you're still the kid in Little League, but the body's like, no, you're not. Okay, so now it's like my shoulder's sore. Not that big of a deal, but that's what happened there. Holy moly. Can't even throw the ball a couple times without having a muscle pull. Oh, geez. But so we're sitting there, right? And on the other side, we're on the medium small dog side. And Bodhi is kind of the size where she can go on both sides, which is gold. And then these other couple came with the German Shepherd. It looked like a puppy, but it was kind of, I don't know, not teeny weeny puppy, but looked like about a year old. You know, a little bigger than Bodhi on the other side. So there's a fence that divides the two parks. And Bodhi was walking up to the dog, and the shepherd puppy they were looking at each other through the fence and running up and down the fence, playing with each other. And I almost brought her over there because I could tell they were going to get along. You could just tell. Bodhi was dying to play, and you could just see it. Right before I was going to make the move, this other guy comes with his big dog. And this other girl comes after him with her big dog. And I'm like, okay, I better wait and see what's going on there. Lucky that I did, because the big dog was a bully dog and goes over to that German Shepherd puppy and starts pinning it down on the ground. And the poor German Shepherd puppy was kicking his legs up, and the other dog wouldn't let it up. And it was not cool. This dog was bully dog. So the guy ended up having to leave because you can't have that with the bully dog. Bullying dogs around, not good. Next thing you know, and I've seen some things out there, other dogs biting other dogs biting humans, ambulances coming out, humans fighting with each other because whose fault it was. Oh, I've seen it all out there over the years. So he leaves the big park and he starts coming in the gate of our side. And he looks at me and signals me like, is it cool if we come? And I'm like, after what I didn't say it out loud, but I'm thinking after what I just saw, his dog bully the other dog around, I was like, no, big dog's on that side. And he just went, okay. And he went in his car and he left. That was a close one because Bodhi was not in the mood for this dog. I got news for you. And Bodhi's not afraid of anybody. So I didn't want to have to go through that. But then the funny thing is, after that happened, this girl comes on our side with her medium-sized dog, and she's coming in there, and the dog was a dud. Bodhi tried to get it to play, and it was like, what's going on? Why isn't the dog run? Bodhi's trying to get it to run. It's just sitting there like a lump on a stump, not doing nothing. Bodhi's getting frustrated. Bodhi's starting to get a little bit of a temper. Like, don't you want to play? What are you here for? So, needless to say, it didn't really work out too well. And that was the end of our kind of a peaceful, quiet time. We got a little bit in, but it didn't work out. Bodhi gets along with like 95% or higher of the dogs that come there. But every now and then there's a challenge. Let me tell you, we don't even hardly ever go anymore. And the last couple times I went, there's been those couple little bit of a challenges with whoever brings their dog. Anyway, it's all good. Bodhi ended up working it out somehow. She tried her best. And the craziest thing, and you know what? The humans are more strange than the dogs, the people. And I'm asking her, so what kind of dog is that? And she's like, well, I got her as a rescue, and the person that told me that had the litter said it's part healer, a little bit of a dachshund, a little bit of schnauzer, a little bit of poodle, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I'm like, really? And she goes, that, and she says to me, and it didn't really make much sense to me, so I got the DNA test done. And the DNA test done came back, and it said it's got a little shepherd, it's got a little snickerdoodle, it's got a little pamperdoodle, a little splash of pumpernickel, and a little bit of Bialy in it, and it's got some, Yorkie, and it's got a little. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, this dog is all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, okay, so. She was cracking me up with this explanation of what her dog was. All I know is that Bodhi's trying to play with it, and it's a dud and doesn't like to play. And then she says, yeah, my dog doesn't really like to play much. I don't know what it is. She doesn't. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. So, back in the day, before all this DNA testing and all these other things, we would just call them mutts. My dog's a mutt. It's a mixed bag. Not all of this, going down the list of all these things, and nobody's really sure what these things are. But all I know is that didn't really feel like playing. It was kind of a cute dog, but Bodhi had a rough time. So I said, well, if it happens again, we're going to get out of here. And of course that it did. Bodhi went running all the way across the park to try to get this other dog jump-started one more time. And they were going at it a little bit, showing the teeth. And I'm like, okay, Bodhi, time to go. And sometimes Bodhi plays this game with me that she doesn't really feel like leaving. All right? So she'll kind of walk and circle the other way while I'm waiting for her to come to the gate. And she's letting me know, I don't want to go yet. But this time, as I started walking to the gate, she was right there with me and ran with me like, get me away from this other dog. I'm ready to go home. Hey, we gave it a try. So we were on the same page. Nice going, Bodhi. As she's gotten older and matured, and she's smart, man. And that was kind of cool to see that, like, I'm coming, I'm ready, because this isn't working out anyway. So that was all good. It was fun getting her out there. And, man, it was one of those things I just had to, for myself, too, needed to make a move and, I don't know, go do something a little different with Bodhi. And it was fun. So let me tell you. And, hey, listen. Out here in Dallas, Texas, hey, Alexa, tell us a knock-knock joke.
Okay, here we go. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Me.
Me who?
Meow. The cat got out.
Wow. Meow, the cat got out. Okay, we're giving it to you. Alexa, we'll give you one more shot. What's the joke of the day?
Today I have a math joke. They say 1 is the loneliest number, but I think it's probably pi, because no one even knows its full name.
Oh my goodness. This is a tough crowd today. Tough crowd. And hey, ALEXA is here all week. Try the veal. Let's see what else is going on over here, DeanBodi. That was our dog park thing. And this Biosense thing that I do the blow meter with, we go through this story and tell you about that. And as we were coming down, and we'll wrap things up probably after this. And this Biosense meter I used to check the ketones, it wasn't working the other day. This is like a $300 item, okay? And so I'm like, what's going on? I'm blowing in it. It's not accepting the test. Usually you feel one vibration and then 2 small vibrations, and then it goes into the reading. Wasn't doing it. After 6 times, I'm like, oh no. So I'm looking online, the YouTube, Biosense, not working, and nothing's coming up but advertisements for the company the new tool, a new way to check it, how accurate it is and all. So then I typed in Biosense malfunction. And up comes the one video that tells you how to recalibrate the machine. There we go. We're getting somewhere now. I don't even know if it's going to work. So I take the machine, I follow the instructions, and what do I got to do? I got to get a little bit of a tool. I got to get a little paper clip, push it in the hole in the back while you push the start button at the same time. Watch the blue light turn to the green light, and when that happens, you can hit recalibrate. But first, you got to take your Bluetooth off and close out the app and go through that process. And then reboot the app, put the what do you call it? Not the Wi-Fi, but the Bluetooth back on, go through the thing, and what do you know? It worked! It went through the recalibration, and I watched the whole thing do it, and now it's working again. I'm telling you, man, all these devices are tricky rickies, and I'm just glad I found that one video to help me reboot it. But this is all a trip, man. This is all a trip. I never had to pay attention to this stuff back in the day and all these things. You know, when I was bartending in the nightclub business and going having fun, eating what I wanted to eat, you know, going out, we're partying, having the time of our lives, never once had a gout flare up. Not once did I even talk about it. It was just living our lives, being young and doing our thing. Now we're doing all this stuff. Does life really have to be this complicated? I don't want it to be. And that's why I'm going to try to get down the road on this thing, and we're going to come out a better person with more knowledge at the end of it. So that's the way it is. Hey, Millie!
Yeah! Wow, did you hear what he said about Bodie having a rough time at the dog park with that other dog? Yeah, I know, that was too funny. Some dogs just don't want to play, but Bodie's the best. Way to go, DeanBodi!
So listen, I came across this drink that I make. I call it the Kaboomy Juice. And what I do is I take the bullet, the little blender called the bullet, and I put fat water in there from the Bulletproof guy. It's water with MCT oil in it. It's really good, man. They got some good flavors. Grapefruit. They got, I think one's lemon, and there's another one. They're all good. I love them all. And I get the assortment pack, right? And I put the fat water in the bullet. I put celery in there, and I take some ginger and put some fresh ginger in there and blend it up, and I drink it down. Kaboomy Juice, big time anti-inflammatory, help get that uric acid flushed out a little bit better, and it's all good. So there's a thing, how long does fresh ginger last in the fridge? It doesn't last forever. It starts to get a little rubbery, and you don't want to use it when it's bad. So what do? I mean, you can Google anything. So I Google in there, how long does fresh ginger last in the fridge? Whammo! It comes right up. It turns out 30 days. But what they recommend you do, you take the fresh ginger, put it in a freezer bag in the fridge, and you're good to go for like a month, and then you'll probably want to change it out. So I take it another level. I zipped it in a little freezer bag that I had. I put it inside a Tupperware and sealed it, and that's what you do. So there's the answer. Way to go, Google. Way to go. I'm telling you, you can type in a question, anything you can think of, and it comes up. For example, I was making chicken legs the other day. Get the organic chicken legs, okay? Listen to me on this one. And I get a baking dish, and I put the non-stick aluminum foil down, all right? Put the chicken legs on there, and it's a lot of them. I don't know. You can get like maybe 12 of them on there if you stagger them, right? Season them up, salt and pepper. Use that pink Himalayan salt, the healthy salt, fresh ground pepper, the organic. The nutritional yeast I'll sprinkle on there. I sprinkled them with a little turmeric. What else did I put on there? And some, what do you call it? The company that makes the apple cider vinegar. The what do you call it? The Bragg's aminos. They make an herbal seasoning, and I sprinkled some of that on there. And I happen to have some fresh thyme and rosemary and did a little bit of a zippity-doo-dah on that, and squeeze some lemon. Put them in the oven, 425, okay? And you put them in there for like 40 minutes. At 30 minutes, you turn them over. For the last 10 minutes, take them out. These things are crazy good. And I was chowing down on some of those chicken legs, and those things are delish with the skin on. Listen, that's some good fat right there, by the way. And cut the chicken meat up for Bodhi, too, and she kind of likes it. And that was kind of cool with the chicken legs. But that's the thing about the ginger. Now you know how long it lasts and how to handle that. That's the Kaboomy juice. That's the chicken leg recipe. We're crushing it over here, DeanBodi. Who's the good girl? Good girl, Bodhi. Good girl. Good girl, Bodhi. She's the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi.com. 800-878-9698. Bodhi. Hotline. Fun line. I'm giving you a little falsetto voice there. I should start singing a Bee Gees song. But hey, call it. Leave something fun on there for Bodhi. We'll make it a feature on the show. DeanBodi.com. Remember, it's the website. And the links are on there. Enjoy. Leave your email on that list on there on the website, and we'll get it on our list. And as we're figuring out what we're going to do, we were going to do some kind of newsletter or something like that. And I don't know. We're going to figure something out there. Probably should start working on something like that and give you our goings-on over here, DeanBodi, in a newsletter, something to read and take with you to the beach, you know. And we're having a great time over here. And thanks for your support. The numbers are going up. Hey, welcome to episode 200, and we're going to be leaping into season 3. And I'm fired up. There's my achievement awards on Buzzsprout, when it comes to the episodes, goes up to 200. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen. If I'm going to get a balloon drop come down from my ceiling, or someone's going to come knocking on my door like they do at the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes and give me some big celebration with some parade outside my apartment, who knows? But that's as far as the 200 goes. So I don't know what's coming after that on their website when I check the stats and all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's a good time. And listen, have an awesome day. And, this was Wednesday, the Pet Peeve Wednesday. And if I was going to have one pet peeve that I could think of with what I was just talking about, you know what it is? It's the dogs that are duds out there that don't want to play with Bodhi. That's a pet peeve. And, it's all part of life, whether it's people, whether it's animals. Sometimes, you nail it, and if you find the person you really get along with, or Bodhi finds the dog that she has the blast with, which she does also, it all balances out. What are you going to do? But that's the pet peeve. No dud dogs. Don't bring them to the park. They sit around and do nothing except poop, pee, and cause problems. Okay? So that being said, have an awesome rest of your day. An awesome rest of your week, and we'll be coming at you. We're coming at you. Sometimes we're coming at you daily, bi-daily, tri-daily, quad-weekly, tri-weekly, bi-weekly, but we're going to be definitely coming at you every week. And, like I said the other day in the DeanBodi calendar, our weeks are 8 days at DeanBodi. Oh, yeah. Have a great day. Take care of yourself so you can take care of somebody else. Take care of your immune system. Say hi to a neighbor today, and treat others like you want to be treated, and let's try to live the best life that we can. All right? DeanBodi.com. Oh, yeah!